Now, sticking with our story out in Kagiso on the West Rand, let's cross now to Hasina Gori with the latest report. Hasina, over to you.
Good afternoon, Nompu. When we last spoke, we were inside that abandoned mine dump where the community had tried to find those illegal miners that are operating in the area. We also saw the visuals of them going down into the shaft and the police tear gassing that area. We've now moved back to the area that we were in at the beginning of the show at alongside the Soul City Township, where we saw those shacks that were burnt down, as well as some of the illegal miners that were found by the community members and then taken to the police station. I want to bring in some of the community members that have been gathering here at the shutdown from the early hours of the morning. We have Pastor Joe. You've been here. We've spoken outside court as well with the suspects that have been arrested and were brought to court. Why was it so important to be part of this shutdown today?
Thank you very much. Look, we are not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be at our homes. We're supposed to be at work. Some people are supposed to be at school. Life is supposed to be happening. But unfortunately, because of an incompetent security force that we have in our country, an incompetent police force, we find ourselves doing the work that they were supposed to be doing. Us coming here today saying we are coming to flush out those zamas, those illegal miners there. It's a job that the police were supposed to have done, not us as the community. But we have always spoken to the police. We have always complained. It's unfortunate that it had to take 8 young girls to be raped before the entire world can react. It's unfortunate. Long before that, this has been happening. People have been raped by these people. Just 3 weeks ago, 2 ladies were raped at the cemetery there by the very same illegal foreigners. And we reported this, right? The police came in, but no apprehension was done. No one was arrested. And this has been going on and on. The illegal mining thing has been happening, And so we are saying, if this mining thing is legal, and if these mines are tenable, why then don't you take our people here and work in those mines officially? The owners of those mines left those mines without rehabilitating them. Why did they do that? Well, we know it's because there's still gold underneath there. We knew that they were going to come back after they applied for liquidation and went away. We knew that they were going to still operate those mines in a clandestine manner. And so we all know that. But for us to be here, we're simply saying we are sick and tired of this situation. We cannot have a situation going on like this. Our infrastructure has been compromised. Right now, Kagiso doesn't have street lights. Lights are not because they're stealing the cables, these people. If you go underground there, what you find there, it's what you find underneath there. And so we are saying this must come to an end. And we are saying all those mine shafts must be closed and they must be filled up. The mine dumps that you see, all these cyanides, it must go back underground where it comes from so that our lives can come back to normal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was one of the community leaders, pastor here. We've spoken with him, through the week, heard him, really calling for police to act on these abandoned mines. But I want to bring in other community members. What is it like living here in, this area here? And do you feel safe?
Well, no, thanks. First of all, what is it like living in this area? We are very proud from being the natives and being born in Kagiso and residents of Mogale City. Hence, we are here to stand up for the dignity and the integrity of our city, especially the future of our city. But currently, we have been traumatized by the recent activities that have been happening. And one thing that is shocking and amazing, from 5 in the morning since we've gathered until 2 o'clock when SABC came, the community have done more than what the police were supposed to have done. Mm-hmm. We've closed actually one of the biggest mine shafts this side in the peaceful manner. Remember, this is Kagiso, and Kagiso in the southern Sotho, it means peace. Everything that is been here is peace. Each and everything that is bring the element in media that there's violence. No, there's no violence. The only people that are provoking and inciting violence is SABC. Since they've been here, they are pouring tear gas to people who are not even armed. There's no firearm or any threat that has been posed by the community. But we are very clear and focused, and I'm still urging to our community, let us remain focused. Our primary role here today is simple. We are not here to initiate or cause black-on-black violence. No. Most of the foreigners that were arrested by the community today, which failed to do that in Tuloshaft, in Kagiso particularly. But what we are doing here, our twin task is two. We are here to close down the mine shaft that are here, and we've done one. The second part will be moving to Soul City, phase 3, in that area where they've been operating. And again today, the community, through our own initiative, we were able to identify two houses where it has been a huge mine operations illegally in SABC. And the community that have identified the houses, they even reported to us to simply say they've reported that to the SABC. But we'll be going there right now as the community to ensure that, remember, nothing happened, there's no violence breaking down. What we are doing currently today is taking charge and reclaiming the democracy and the dignity of our country, and also protecting the rights and the constitutional rights of all citizens in South Africa. And our call is very clear. We are not saying we are xenophobic. We are simply saying the law enforcement has failed, SABC has failed, the Department of Labor has failed, the state security agencies have failed through the intelligence. Today, the community have taken the powers onto their own selves through the peaceful manner. Remember, this is a peaceful march organized by the community. We are reclaiming our city, and we are ensuring that tomorrow, a woman during August, even after August, because Women's Month is 365 days, they are able to walk freely without threat of rape, without threat of being mugged, without threat of being kidnapped, without threat of being also killed, which is the primary role. But today, we are simply saying we have given powers to the minister who's incompetent, who's not collaborating, who's already throwing threats to simply say he's going to make arrests to the people of Kagiso.
We've seen the minister and we've seen the police come on the ground from last week Friday and have arrested almost 200 people since then. Do you feel that it's too little too late?
No, that's nothing. That's nothing based on the point of illegal immigrant who are here. I'll tell you one thing. Right now, take your cameras and go to Sasol Garage next to Ramfontein. There's more than 1.5 illegal immigrants which are doing the mining. I'm giving you the exact numbers. More than 1.5 illegal immigrants. Yesterday, they posed on media that they've done operations. No, they did nothing. Today, we closed up an operation center, which was key, which they said they've closed. Actually, they closed nothing. We burned down all the infrastructure that was there. They said they've closed down the mine shaft. It was a lie. We've closed mine shaft in Tuloshaft today as a community of Kagiso. But instead of them throwing tear gas underneath to ensure that all the illegal criminals who are already terrorists within our society are out, they are throwing tear gas to the noble community who are standing up to protect the democracy and the constitution of this country. Remember that people died for the democracy that we have today. And as a community of Kagiso, this is a very diverse community. We will not want to point a finger at one race and simply say Basotho 1, 2, 3. No, we are simply saying the zamas. Because remember, within the theme of zamas, we've got illegal Congolians, Basothos, Zimbabweans. Hence, we are saying these are terrorists which are here to undermine our democracy, and already they overstepped their level and the hospitality that we've given them in our society. They are already taking over our houses. They are already infiltrating in our private spaces, and we've never even went to their mines and disturbed their illegal processes. But let me tell you one thing. It's not only the South that is incompetent. The Department of Minerals and Resources is incompetent also. Because since the past two weeks and all the memorandums have been sent to them, the minister, Gori, is failing us. He was supposed to be here to ensure that all these mines are being closed. Let me tell you one thing. The Minister of Department of Labor, we've seen his efforts and we applaud it. And as a community, we must stand with the Minister Aaron Motsoaledi on ensuring that the immigration laws must be changed so that they are not giving such powers that are equal to the citizens of South Africa.
Thank you so much. That was one of the community members speaking to us, explaining what life here in Kagiso is like, saying that they don't have an issue with those that are in the country from other, neighboring countries, but they have a problem with those that are undocumented as well as those that are working at these mines, but not only calling on police but also the minerals resources, the Labour Department as well as various other government entities to play their part in ensuring that these abandoned mine dumps are rehabilitated, they're closed, and those that live in this area can either have employment or also benefit from these mines if they are profitable, but also more especially the safety of people in this community. One of the biggest concerns and the reason we're seeing the shutdown is following those 8 women that were gang raped by at least 20 men believed to be alleged minors. Since that day, we've seen almost 200 people being arrested. From last week Friday, we saw 80 over the weekend. We saw about 60 in an operation that we went with the police on Tuesday. Yesterday, a further 20 as well that were arrested. So quite a large number of undocumented believed to be minors that were arrested. But the community here is saying that there are 1,500 that may be operating in this area, and that number that have been arrested are just a bare drop of the amount of people that are working illegally in this area and operating in these mines. We saw those visuals going into the mine earlier. We saw also police trying to disperse the crowd using tear gas as well as rubber bullets. The chopper that was flying overhead now being parked behind us. We see now a large contingent of public safety, police as well as private security companies that now have been deployed to this specific area where community have taken to the streets since the early hours of the morning. Nompu, it is an ongoing and developing story, and we'll keep you abreast here at SABC throughout the day. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Hasina. Thank you very much to our colleagues there, Hasina Gori and Griselda Lewis, for giving us comprehensive reportage on what's taking place in Kagiso on the West Rand.